Minnesota blackout's happening. This is pretty interesting. Minnesota protest is underway in sub-zero attempts as immigration crackdown fuels tensions. 100 clergy members arrested at Minneapolis airport as anti-ICE protests continue. So we're arresting clergy members at this point. That faith leaders prayed together, sang songs and hymns, shared stories of those who have been abducted by ICE while at work or commuting to and from the airport in an effort to call on airlines companies to, particularly Delta and Signature Aviation, to stand with Minnesotans and calling for ICE to immediately end its surge in the state. What am I looking for? There we go. This is what I had up before from Business Insider. Well, no, now I lost it. Boom. No work, no school, no shopping. Minnesotans prepare to shut down to protest ICE. On Friday, Vanessa Beardsley is inviting her community to come hang out with cats and drink coffee in Minnesota business. Cats participating in January 23rd economic shutdown, in which activists are calling on Minnesotans to close their businesses, not report to work or school, and refrain from shopping in protest of ICE's presence in the state. Beardsley said that she immediately knew she wanted to stand in solidarity with our fellow businesses in our state, but didn't want to completely close our doors. We're not doing business, but we will be open for people who just need a space to come and hang out. Very woke, very W. It's unclear how widespread the participation of the blackout will be. It's pretty widespread. There are protests all over the state right now. Church protests are charged with, I forgot what they were charged with. Are charged with conspiracy against rights, by the way, according to arrest warrants. DHS won't give a timeline for Minnesota operations, but said the situation could easily be quelled if the state turns over detainees to ICE, which they have been doing. There are so many people protesting in Minneapolis right now. It's ridiculous. It's honestly really good. I mean, typically, protests like this are like big, like upscaled. What am I trying to think? What's the word? Starbucks. Boycott. Boycott is the word I was looking for. Boycott. Usually boycotts don't like do a whole lot. What you're doing talking about ICE. So this is like a pretty big, like not even boycott. This is a large scale protest. Church protest in focus. 2 of the people were arrested after denouncing federal immigration agents. Protest St. Paul Church have been ordered to release from custody for Minneapolis's Democratic mayor condemned one of the arrests while the White House welcomed it. God, 100 people arrested at the peaceful protest at Minneapolis airport or Minnesota airport. People just literally chilling, by the way. Literally just chilling, not doing anything wrong. The organizers have coordinated with airport staff beforehand. The approved demonstration permit set a dedicated location to maximum number of participants to maintain safety. Protesters, passengers, and airport employees. He said in a statement to CNN, when the permitted activity went beyond the agreed upon terms, MSP Airport began taking necessary action, including arrest, to protect public safety, airport security, and access Terminal 1, the statement continued. Airport police arrested around 100 people who were issued misdemeanor citations for trespassing and failure to comply with a peace officer and released. Yeah, the White House is not happy with this. Ooh, okay. Nikema Levy Armstrong was released from custody. 2 activists were arrested and charged for their role in anti-ICE demonstration, disrupted church services in St. Paul, Minnesota on Sunday, released on Friday. Video of the 2 women emerging from detention posted online showed them raising their fists and embracing their loved ones. Thank you all for being here. Glory to God. You know, the thing is like, true, it's the 23rd. True, like, Catholics, Christians, religious people will genuinely despise ICE. Yeah. I'm asking you to please treat me with dignity and respect. According to the transcription of the video by the AP, Levy Armstrong had even asked agents why they were recording her detention. It's not going to be on Twitter. The agents filming said it's not going to be on anything like that. We don't want to create a fault nation. 7-minute video which shows Levy Armstrong being handcuffed and led into a government vehicle. Did Levy Armstrong appear to cry? Instead, she talked to the agents about her arrest. Yeah, them filming her was fucking insane. Smith, thousands of anti-ICE protesters poured into the Target Center, the area that is home to the NBA Minnesota Timberwolves, Timberwolves, for a rally scheduled to begin shortly. I wonder finally list sign up for the rally has been criticized from activists outside the city since the retailer that pays for the naming rights have been subject to boycott over its failure to block federal immigration agents from parking lots and stores. Protesters in the city cited the need for a warm place to hold the rally on a freezing cold day. Yeah, I'm not really upset with that because like it is like what negative fucking 20 right now in Minneapolis. People out here chasing ICE cars around all day and advertising people not to sign up for a ticket to the Target Center so they can go warm their toes after protesting negative 20. Because what if the feds get the sign up list? Guys, the cold is more dangerous than the Fed for protesters. True. That's true. Yeah, I am not surprised that this all started like the second that they arrested or like detained a child. Like the optic loss of detaining the child is like in fucking insane. Where is it? Where is it? Whoa! Some people playing drums, banging on buckets, or other lead the crowd in chants. The cold is not going to hold us back. Washington Post reveals that Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary Schumer, says they lobbied the Pentagon, the president, in the final hours of last week. This guy, Iran's full-scale war. Trump is reportedly optimistic about the impending final showdown. Yeah, Lucas Shock, that's true. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah, there she is, Nikema Levy Armstrong, finally getting out. Minnesota's not prepared for cold weather. Doesn't matter. Like, what was the child doing to get taken by ICE? Nothing. Just existing. The kid's dad, like, ran away from the scene, and then ICE officers detained the child rather than, like, calling a guardian or, like, a proper... ooh, Jesus. Spraying Pin Man in the face describes a very chaotic scene. Absolutely ridiculous, by the way. ICE official says they have the better databases than states to explain data discrepancies. Yeah, okay. This photo. There we go. Yeah, the second this photo was released, like, shit broke loose. Shit broke loose. Top ICE official denies allegations from a Minneapolis school that the 5-year-old was a son of a silent seeker that was used to bait to capture his father. Yeah, and he also was not the only child as well. Did you see the police officer a while ago sprayed pepper spray into the mascot outfit? Yeah. Yeah, this is, I mean, the thing about it is with Wall's commitment to show up with force from the National Guard if something with ICE were to happen is in like I could see ICE and the National Guard charging or clashing here pretty soon. And if ICE is like full of a bunch of fucking morons. Like genuine idiots like working ICE, like bottom of the barrel morons. Like they'll attack fucking what's his name? They'll attack a National Guard member. I wonder if the rally is being shown online. Ooh, it is.
At DQ, we're all about Ant. Like our new
Yeah, I don't care. Oh my god, 15 fucking second ad. No ad blocker. Yeah, infinite optic loss by ICE. I genuinely I don't know what ICE could ever do to undo that damage.
And neighbors are bringing breast milk. Pressable.
Oh, here we go. That's so much better. Thank you, AFT.
So, Holy One, in this time of
Well,
rupture and change, we know we need more creativity, more experimentation, new courage, new alliances, new possibilities. So will you imagine with me, what songs will we sing when our breath is no longer being used to blow whistles on our street corners?
Oh, yeah.
What joy-filled celebrations will we throw, the most epic of block parties, when we can all leave our homes without fear?
That's a cool shirt she has on.
What healing will our doctors offer? What wisdom will our teachers teach? What clarity will our children hold about the ways that we all belong to one another? What will we create together when we are no longer fighting?
Was there anything before?
Imam Yusuf Abdullah. A spiritual battle against anything and anyone and any system. And we know this is not a battle against flesh and blood, but a spiritual battle against principalities and evil forces in high places. A spiritual battle against anything and
They really
anyone
did
and
like get like the best orator of all time right there.
we
I
trusted in
love.
truth and freedom because truth matters. And the truth is that God is always on the side of the vulnerable over the.
Now is the time to
I don't know if there's going to be anything like useful,
Back in 1968.
like actual like
one.
political
Maybe
content
us
coming
as
from this,
people
or if it's
who
just
say
like a rally of
yes
important
and
people
yes
and protesters
yes
and
to one
activists.
another. Yes to widening the circle. Yes to shared responsibility. Yes to a courage that is bigger than fear. This moment will take all of us. Let us know that together we are strong.
Thank you for those beautiful and powerful words. And I just want to say, look at this group of people, inspirational, motivational, reminding us this fight did not start yesterday, but started hundreds of years ago. And to the out front community represented here, thank you. Oh my God, a hand. This is our state. Thank you for bringing it. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad that Jacob Frey is This is does really just yeah, it is pretty soul warming.
Hurting.
I'll come back to this if there's something like else that comes out of that, but Jacob Frey is posting some pretty good photos on Twitter. Like he's out here getting some good photos. Man, people are bundled up. Man, that guy's fucking mustache is frozen. It's cold as shit up there.
Talking points, but not
That is
all
so
of them.
loud.
He said, quote, "Come out and protest, but do it peacefully." That sounds exactly like what I've been saying since the very first moments following the shooting of Renee Good. Peace is not spraying irritants and chemicals at peaceful protesters. It's not detaining a 5-year-old. It's not dragging a pregnant woman through the streets. They are arresting United States citizens. They are detaining people that have done nothing wrong. They're going after people exclusively based on the fact that they look like they're Somali or they look like they are Latino, and no reason beyond that. They've stopped fathers that are on their way just to drop off their kids. In Minneapolis, we want to solve crime. We want to arrest murderers. Let's do it. We have had relationships with a number of federal administrations to successfully drive down crime. If their goal is to keep Minneapolis safe from criminals that are doing bad things, of where those criminals are from, we want to make sure that they are held accountable and that we're able to keep our city safe, as he said, to end this large-scale deployment and send these agents home.
Yeah, well, let's just let's stop trying to like work with the federal administration, please. Just call them fucking insane, please, Jacob Frey.
Now, there's another.
You're doing good. Do better.
But another
You could-
story
you got-
that's
you're almost
gotten
there.
A lot of pickup, and that is on the left.
This is pretty
the focus
embarrassing,
on a
by
man
the
in
way.
his Crocs, that that they said when ICE agents went to his home that he was had done nothing wrong and they shouldn't have been there. On the right, they're saying, well, that's because they were looking for 2 convicted sex offenders who were living there illegally, and again, that Minnesota had refused to, even despite the conviction, to have leave the country. So that these are the 2 stories out there. They have one man, they say DHS says sexually assaulted a minor and is currently at large. So all of that sounds really terrible, but you looked into it, Commissioner, and this particular man, you say, is not at large?
Not at large. He is, in fact, in prison and subject to a detainer. And this has been one of the big challenges. And I think because we have not been able to get together face-to-face, work through the information that's out there, and make sure that what we're putting out is accurate and reflects information that's in the interest of public safety, that's what's ending up perpetrating these stories that are just simply not factual.
So, Commissioner, I just want to be clear. In this particular case with this individual, ICE has been spending time looking for somebody, right? Spending time looking for somebody who, if they had asked you, you would have told them is in prison right now.
Yes, and they should know because we did notify them that they were in our custody and they are subject to a detainer. And this is one of the big problems that we have. And I think at the local level, coordination is really well established and it has been long-standing.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't really care if we coordinate with the federal government or not. This part's not really great. We're cooked, aren't we? If we don't get to fusion/hydrogen, mankind will eventually revert to the Stone Age. I mean, yeah. True Gamer Jam. It's not great that this happened. shared about what happened during the St. Paul Church protest Sunday in court documents unsealed Friday afternoon. On Sunday morning, protesters gathered a shopping center parking lot to discuss their protest before heading to a church, according to an affidavit. So this is the one on Sunday. Because this is today's, the airport protest. Yeah, that's not great. It's not optically good as well. I am glad that this is like actually like doing, Jesus fucking Christ, 20,000 people signed up for the rally. It's so shocking how many people are like coming together for this. Because it is going to make it like probably at least a decently sized economic dent with so many businesses being closed.
2, not a single friggin' penny for funding for ICE in relations with ICE neighbors. Enough.
What did she say?
And they came with shared demands. No work, no school, and no shopping on January 23rd. And look at this. Look at this. So let's do a quick reminder of the demands that we are asking of ourselves and of our neighbors. First, Minnesota and national companies must become Fourth Amendment businesses. Cease economic relations with ICE and refuse ICE entry or use their property for staging grounds.
Please, 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 please.
2, not a single friggin' penny for funding for ICE in this congressional budget or any congressional budget, and human rights violations of Americans who are doing this to our neighbors.
Like Minnesota is going to become like a standing ground state against ICE.
Walkers, period.
Yeah, I could see like labor unions like advocating to not work or not work with their employers if they're supporting ICE. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the next couple of days, but I'm predicting a probably pretty big in Minneapolis. I could see a pretty big backlash or attempted backlash from the federal government. We'll have to wait to see just a little bit more because it is like brand fucking new right now. But we'll definitely see more, especially tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a big day for this.